Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you. 32, how are you?
I'm cold.
Warming up today to 56. That's pretty good news. Friday, 58. We're getting there.
You're trying to make it sound nice, but it's still, yesterday was fool's gold again with the sun out, but it was still 44 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
I had our first youth soccer practice last night, and I moved it indoors, which I thought was nice.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it was. So, but yeah, it's the talk of the town, this weather. People are just over it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think not a day goes by we don't hear somebody complaining, including me. But it gradually will get better. April ends Saturday, and then May's got to be nice, right?
We shall see. Before we get started, I need to walk back my student loan debt comments for the third straight day.
Okay.
Okay, today I believe that most of those should be paid back instead of wiped out completely.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. Your thoughts?
Well, President Biden actually gave his strongest indication that he would cancel student loan debt. He had a meeting with a couple of House Democrats, and they came out of the meeting and they said, he's leaning toward it, at least for lower and middle income borrowers. So in the past he said, I don't believe you should, go to spend, $70,000 at Penn and then taxpayers have to pay it back. But he's changed his tune.
Well, now that I'm thinking about it more and more, someone has to pay that back, right? Someone's got to pay that back. Mm-hmm. If you went to college and you took out a loan, you knowingly took out that loan. You knowingly have had a few years to not pay that, whether you've saved or not. I'm sorry. I think that there will be some type of discount or longer remittance or payment period, but it's too much money. So.
Well, we'll see.
And I will not. I think that'll be my final thought on it.
Okay, hopefully. He actually has until the end of summer to make any kind of decision because there's a moratorium on the debt till, I think, August 31st.
And most borrowers will be eligible for a remittance of another year. So a lot of that money really won't come due until September of 23. So, which is, I don't like that. I don't like that at all either.
Well, what is going to start happening too, businesses starting next month are going to have to begin paying back their economic injury disaster loans that they got shortly after the pandemic started. A lot of businesses borrowed from the government, and they had a 2-year window where they didn't have to make payments starting next month.
That one I don't think you should have to pay back. No, I'm definitely kidding. So,
NFL draft starts tonight.
Yeah. Okay. We have to ask our draft expert what's going to happen.
Oh man, I'm thinking we draft Thibodeau.
Really?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, we shall see.
The Lions have the number 2 pick behind the Jacksonville Jaguars. Second year in a row, they've been number 1.
Yeah. Who are the Jags going to take, Adam?
They're taking Aiden.
They're taking Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Well, he is listed as the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
So number 2 is Trayvon Walker. So the number 2 choice is to the Lions.
Just said into my ear that Walker's going to go number 1. So, and I happen to trust that guy because guy knows sports.
He knows sports.
Speaking of sports, Sage Steele is in the news today. She's suing ESPN and Disney. They're saying they retaliated against her free speech while she was on a podcast, and she was talking. They're talking about race. Steele, who is biracial, she talked about President Obama on a podcast, and she was talking about, because they make you choose a race on the census, and she was saying, if they make me choose a race, I go both. Barack Obama chose black, and he's biracial, and I'm like, congratulations to the president. That's his thing. I think it's fascinating considering his black dad was nowhere to be found, and his white mom and grandma raised him. But hey, you do you, I'm gonna do me. So that was just something she said on a podcast, and then ESPN forced her to issue an apology, and benched her and took her away from some primetime shows. And it is interesting that just on a podcast, someone Sage Steele, who is biracial, talking about someone else who is biracial, and then the whole world's got a problem with it, and it's just unbelievable. So good for Sage suing ESPN and Disney.
There's someone at Disney whose job each week is to see what can we do to get in the news this week.
Yeah, how can we screw with someone? Exactly. Can you tell me what's going on in China?
Well, it's a lockdown.
Yeah, what's going on over there? Is there some type of different pandemic than we dealt with here, or did they just not? They have a zero COVID policy, pretty much.
Well, it's even worse than that. They are testing people on a daily basis in some parts of China, and they have to remain in their apartments. And people are having a lot of issue with it because the way it's happening, they get tested every day, and the whole community has to have zero positive tests. They get to the end of their 2-week period, and suddenly there's a positive test, so the 2-week period has to start all over again. So they've been weeks and weeks and weeks locked down in their apartment, and they're tired of it.
Yeah, you've got 25 million residents in Shanghai that are locked down to their homes or neighborhoods. What? Yeah. And their jobless claims are the highest they've been in 21, 22 months. So economic disaster in China.
And we're, obviously, we're a trade partner with China. A lot of our products come from China. Including the tests. Moderna today announcing that they are seeking emergency use authorization for their vaccine for babies, toddlers, and young children, kids 6 and under, 5 and under? This is the last group of people that have not had access to the vaccine. So.
I wonder who works in the emergency authorization department. That would be interesting. I wonder what the job right below that is, how you moved up into that spot. So.
Are you going to get out golfing this weekend?
If the weather is sunny, I might.
Would you like to live on a golf course?
It's really never crossed my mind.
No, there's some luxurious homes on golf courses, and in Massachusetts, according to the Boston Globe, a family living near a country club in Massachusetts won $5 million in damages after being terrorized with golf balls that obliterated the side of their house.
Oh, dear Lord.
Shattered all their windows, forced neighborhood children to wear helmets when they played outside. They bought this dream home, and then they bought it in the winter. They moved in during golf season. They have collected 700 golf balls on their property.
Then they probably turned a profit.
They're still living. I don't know the golf.
Can you go back to the full shot of that house, Dave?
They've actually replaced the siding.
Have they?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of it looks like they just built it and then never did anything. There's no patio furniture or anything like that.
Well, they can't sit outside.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
So $5 million.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
The house cost $700,000.
Really?
Yeah. On the golf course.
Wow. How about that? I think it's just if you move in on a golf course, you have to understand that. That's part of it. We were at Bay Hill in Orlando, and the pros are hitting golf balls into people's yards.
Well, there's a couple of holes at not Lakeland Hills, at Hankard Hills that are golf ball prone, and I know that because I've hit golf balls into those houses.
Into those yards, yeah. I mean, there's a par 5 that runs all the way to the east side of the property up there with about 3 or 4 houses. And they get some sliced golf balls into their yard for sure.
If you want to live on a golf course, you're going to have to deal with the golf balls. I side with the country club.
I do too.
Yeah,
I'm with the club. Yep. Sounds good.
Oh, guess what? It's Thursday. That must mean it's time for Is It Real or Not? And it's up to you to determine whether these new products sitting on shelves in supermarkets are real or not.
The production booth was very excited about today's rendition, and someone tried. The hell is this? Is that a chick?
McDonald's crispy chicken rugs. They're rugs.
Oh, McDonald's crispy chicken rugs. Real.
They are real.
Okay.
What else is in the breakfast aisle? A new cereal by Hostess, Twinkies cereal.
Twinkies cereal.
Real?
Is it
real.
Not real.
Not real.
That'd be good though. David tried the spicy flaming hot Mountain Dew and said it was good.
Really?
From last week. Yeah.
Hard to believe.
What else you got?
This is cannabis-infused seltzer, high seltzer from PBR with marijuana, THC. 10 milligrams of THC in PBR, real or not?
Can that be real? I don't know. I don't know if you can sell that. I'll say that's real.
It is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would they go
Available-
to all the trouble?
Available in select markets. Here's something great for Mother's Day.
Ooh,
Moms who love KFC. The KFC Chicken and Flowers Bouquet.
That smells good right now. I love the way that looks.
That's disgusting. Real or not?
Real.
It is real.
Hey, Adam, after the show, will you run to our local and see if they'll do one of those for you? Tell them you
Yeah.
saw it on Real or Not.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Next up, we've got Entenmann's Corn Nut.
Interesting,
Coffee.
and you know I love an Entenmann's more than the next. That was a treat at our house growing up. If there
Oh, yeah.
was an Entenmann's coffee cake,
Well, when Jewel Osco was here,
I
they
used
were.
to open it up and eat it out of the box with a fork. Not that kind, the raspberry or blueberry kind with the glaze. That is not real.
Not real. No. Corn nuts are awful, and they won't even help a coffee cake. Next on Real or Not, we have
Oh dear.
Impossible Patties made from beaver, sustainably raised at Beaver Lake Farm.
Interesting. We actually have a pet beaver named Jimmy in our yard, and I wouldn't want to think that his family was being
That'd
cooked,
be
so I'll
sad.
say pass.
Not real.
Okay, good.
No.
Good.
Not available. All right, so Tropicana combining two of America's favorite breakfast items, orange juice and cereal in one bowl.
Why don't they just mix some toothpaste in that too? That is not real.
Cereal made for OJ is real.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's designed to, who hasn't done this? Accidentally poured orange juice on cereal.
This happened to me a lot of times. Milk was gone, and I tried everything. Nothing
Water?
works. Water. I tried that once. You know when you have a nice cereal like a Fruity Pebbles or something when you're a kid, and there's no milk, and I tried putting water on it once.
Yeah. Well, you now can put orange juice, a special cereal made for
Ooh,
orange
I don't
juice.
know if I should comment on this.
Here's one. I guess gender equity has come to the
Real.
Cracker Jacks people. Cracker Jill.
Real.
It is real.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Of course it is. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'd buy those.
I know Cracker Jacks, they used to taste good. I mean, years and years ago.
When you're a kid, they taste good. When you have them as an adult, you feel like you're eating something that isn't food.
I think there's corn nuts in them too.
Yeah, there could be.
All right, from Hunt's, we've got
The Mamwich.
Mamwich, another gender equity product.
That's real. I know that's real.
It is not real.
Really? No. Can you get Mamwich on the phone?
Sloppy Joanne sauce. You know, Mickey and Joanne would buy this if it was real, but unfortunately, it's not. All right, next on Real or Not, we have Heinz Dip and Crunch. It's a package that includes secret sauce and potato crunchers.
I believe that you did this yourself, and this is fake.
It is real.
Really?
Yeah. I can't
I like
believe
this. I've done this.
this is perfect for you.
Yeah.
It's for when you have a burger, you open up the package, it's got two containers, one with the sauce and then one with potato
That's
crunchers.
perfect. My daughter has adopted that family trait too. She's got to have a little crunch. So
You actually put potato chips on sandwiches.
I sure do.
So, you know what, I think it is real. I know it is real, but I don't think it's doomed to failure. We'll see.
Okay, and I have one for you. Okay. Diane at Blair's Car Care is retiring today after 44 years.
Oh my
Real or
gosh.
not?
Well, it's hard to believe she's been there so long, and she's like the glue that holds the
She
place
is.
together.
So from 2 to 5 at Blair's Car Care. If you've ever been to Blair's, stop by and wish Diane a happy retirement. So.
Don't try to ask for an oil change.
No, not on her last day. Do not ask for anything on her last day. Just present a nice gift. Let's get into some scores brought to you by our friends at Extreme Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They have a great new oil change building as well. Check them out. Let's get to our scores. Baseball, the sun was out and it still was cold. Addison 11, Vandercook Lake 0. Onstead took 2 from Columbia Central, 16-1 and 13-3. Grass Lake beat Michigan Center 4-1. Napoleon 13, Manchester 1, and Hanover beat East Jackson, while Jackson beat Ypsilanti. It looks like most of those games it was too cold to play too, so they just played one. Softball, Grass Lake won both over Michigan Center, 16-1 and 15-0, and Napoleon beat Manchester twice, 15-5, 10-3, and more Cascades. Hanover beat EJ 10-4. Girls soccer, Columbia Central 3, Blissfield 2, and then a tie, Michigan Center 3, Grass Lake 3, and our own David Rice has a story recap on our website about that tie game in the rugged Cascades. Boys golf, not Jackson's best effort, but they finished third at a 188 team score. And let's get to our on deck. What do we have going on tonight?
Another busy one.
Another busy one. Baseball, Lumen Christi, Michigan Center, and Springport will be at home. Western at Michigan Center will be a good local softball game to go to. And then a lot of soccer. Jackson and Jackson Christian and Lumen Christi and Western all on the road. Springport is your only home soccer game. And then boys golf at Clark Lake today. And that's on deck.
Today's morning show is brought to you by The Dirty Bird. Chicken salads, flatbread, sandwiches, quesadillas, mac and cheese, appetizers, 40 brews on tap, including Grand River 313 Polish Lager and many Michigan beers like Stouts, Founders, Bells, and more. 140 West Michigan Avenue in downtown Jackson, just a couple doors down from us here. And of course, tater tots. Got to get the tater tots. They're my favorite.
Absolutely.
Who's on today's show?
Today we have Dr. Matthew Badke. He'll be with us, and then we are also going to have a visit with Experience Jackson, and we'll take you out to JPS for more Believe the Hype. But Dr. Matthew Badke is next.
Registration now open for summer semester at Jackson College. Jackson College offers programs and classes designed to fit many preferences and schedules, with personnel who are committed to student success. Students may choose from in-person or online options, with sessions lasting the full 12 weeks, as well as 7-week and 5-week sessions. Summer semester begins May 9th. New students should contact the admissions office prior to registering for classes. Current students may meet with a Student Success Navigator to discuss their schedule by contacting Student Services. For information about registering, visit the website jccmi.edu.
You need a plumber? Grimes Plumbing Company. Licensed and insured, proudly serves the Jackson area with fast, reliable service and competitive pricing, both for repairs and new installs. For fast, reliable plumbing service, call Grimes Plumbing today. And remember, we love water.
The PIC Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
Lester Brothers has been performing driveway installations for over 30 years. Crushed asphalt is one of our most popular driveway gravels and an overall Lester Brothers favorite. When spread properly, it can last for many years. It's 100% recycled, environmentally friendly, quarter of the cost of hot asphalt, dust-free, and ready for immediate use after construction. Contact Lester Brothers today for a free timely estimate for your future crushed asphalt driveway or parking lot.
It's an exciting time to be a Comet. Already a Mid-Michigan leader in education, athletics, and the arts, our community support allows Hanover Horton to continually improve our security, technology, and facilities. Hanover Horton features a wide variety of
Welcome back. The second annual Downtown Spring Fling is happening May 1st, and it's downtown from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. There'll be pop-up vendors, sip and shop, because who can shop without sipping, food trucks, and a ferry app challenge along Michigan Ave, Jackson Street, and Mechanic Street. Join us downtown Sunday, May 1st, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
This sounds far off, May 1st, but it's this Sunday.
It does,
oh my gosh. Wow. Next on the show, we welcome back the chair of the science department at Jackson College, Dr. Matthew Badke. Welcome back.
Morning.
Good morning.
So the college, in their next phase of return to normal, no more mandatory masks, and the main entrance reopened, full capacity. Does it feel different now?
It does. It was interesting on Monday. I felt like for the first time I actually saw my students' faces in class.
Yeah.
It was a weird feeling because the entire semester so far we've all been wearing masks every day. So it did feel a little bit different, a little bit more back to normal, which is nice.
Did you immediately notice a difference in participation with the masks off? Just curious.
I mean, I think that we will see that a little bit more over time. I didn't notice anything, but they're busy getting ready for their finals, so.
What's your first impression? That you have a good-looking class or not a good-looking class?
I think I better avoid anything.
Better not even answer that. So today's the last day of the semester at Jackson College. How'd the year go for you?
It's been a very busy one.
Yeah.
So I've been commuting to 2 different campuses 4 days a week. So as compared to last fall when I was 100% remote and working from home mostly, it's been quite a big change. So looking forward to not driving for a few days.
On Tuesday, Dr. Anthony Fauci declared that the U.S. is out of the pandemic phase.
I think he walked it back, didn't he? Did he walk it back?
He walked it back. He walked it back. And poor Dr. Fauci, I think he says something based on what is available to him at the time, and then more information comes in and he has to change his tune. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is something that we all need to keep in mind is that, people are trying to make the best predictions and things that they can, but this pandemic has shown us that a lot of times we like to think we can predict what is going to happen, but that's not actually the case, right? I mean, so many times people have said, well, this is for sure what's going to happen now, and then that hasn't happened, right?
Yeah.
And so we need to stop thinking really that we can predict everything. I mean, there are some aspects of how this virus is spread and things that we really don't have a good handle on, and I think it's okay to recognize that, and that, again, like you said, he's trying to make the best thoughts and predictions that he can with what he has in front of him right then, but that doesn't mean that isn't going to change down the road.
And you said poor doctor, he's rich.
Well,
I know what you meant. Yeah.
He gets beat up.
Well, he gets paid for it. Well, to your point, look what's going on in China. Massive lockdowns in Shanghai. 25 million people either have to stay in their homes or neighborhood. Beijing's under it. What is going on in China?
Right. So China is taking a very different approach than the rest of the world. In most other places, including the U.S., the approach is to recognize that there are going to be cases, it is going to be spread. And so as everyone has seen, right, we encourage vaccination and we encourage masking and those sorts of things. In China, they are basically working under a zero COVID policy, which is their goal is to basically have no cases. And so anytime there is a chance that there might be even a few cases starting to pop up, that's when you see the massive lockdowns that they put everybody under. It's because their approach is that we're going to stop this before it even gets started. and we're gonna basically try to ensure that we have no cases throughout the entire country. And so that's why they'll go and they'll test 10 million people. And I mean, just the scale of things is absolutely massive what they're doing, but that's why they're doing it. It's the approach is very different, and it has some pluses and minuses. They've had very few, almost basically no deaths from COVID. On the other hand, there are huge implications when you do things like shut down an entire city, right? And so we've seen the implications of what can be affected from an economic standpoint, right? I mean, with shortages for things for cars or whatever, and then, you know, huge factories are shutting down, that's further, changing the supply chain. And so, yeah, it's good in that the sense that you can keep cases down and keep deaths down. But I think a lot of people in the rest of the world have said, you know, that's maybe not the approach we're going to take because of the other impacts that it has.
The Moderna vaccine could soon be available to kids under the age of 6. That's a long time coming.
Yeah, and then that was just this morning. They announced Moderna is, it sounds like basically they are going to be taking all the data for kids under 18, and they are hoping that the FDA in one fell swoop is going to approve all the kids under 18 together. So different than what has happened with Pfizer, where they've sort of taken it one group at a time and said, okay, first we're going to take the oldest kids and we'll slowly step it down. It sounds like Moderna is basically going to say, here's all of our data for all the groups under 18, approve all of them at once. And so that's why it's taking a little bit longer, it seems. It sounds like June would probably be the earliest. So I think we're getting there, but you know, my son turns 5 in a couple weeks, so it's like, well, okay, finally we get this approved, but not going to matter for us. But I think there are a lot of people with younger kids that would really like to have the opportunity, and I think that's really a place that a lot of people feel like the FDA really probably should have been a little bit quicker in approving these things.
As a public health expert, I guess the course that we've chosen as a country is to live with. Is this the natural evolution of a pandemic, and is this the right strategy?
I think it is. I think I saw earlier this week there was some data from the CDC that they're estimating about half of people in the U.S. have been infected, about 75% of kids probably. So again, it is sort of going, I think, again, for as much as people have gotten things wrong, I think one thing that people have been accurate about is that we would see this sort of reduction in severity of disease as you get more and more people that have immunity built up from vaccination or previous infection. At this point, when you combine those two numbers together, you know, you're getting a very high percentage of the country that's either been infected with one or the other variants that's gone around, or has been vaccinated, or both in many cases. So I think you're getting enough people that, as much as the virus is going to keep evolving and changing over time, you're just not going to get the same sort of impacts that we saw in the first year. Right, so we have an odd thing going on right now in that cases are going up, but yet deaths are going down. And usually those things go together, right? We see cases go up and then hospitalizations creep up after that, and that's just not happening now. We're not seeing that. People were predicting that was what was going to happen a couple months ago. I remember reading a lot about, well, look out, you know, this is in Europe, it's going to be coming over here, we're going to see hospitalizations go back up, and it just hasn't happened.
Which is great news.
Which is good.
The last 2 years, we said, oh, here comes summer, goodbye virus, here comes summer.
Yeah, I do think it has an impact. I mean, we've seen that. I think it's going to be less of an impact, though, because, of course, we already are working under pretty low case numbers in general. It's not like last spring where we had that big surge, especially in Michigan, in April, and then that was very bizarre. I mean, that pretty much was huge in Michigan and a couple other states, and then went away. It didn't really spread throughout the rest of the country, which was very strange. I don't think anybody has a good explanation for what was happening there, but
yeah, well, like you said, it's impossible to predict. So, well, we'll let you get going. I know you've got a lot of exams and papers to grade.
A lot of exams to grade. Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Great to be here.
Dr. Matthew Badke on the morning show. We'll be right back after this.
Choice meats for over 80 years. You'll taste the quality of our beef, pork, chicken, and fish with prices that are as fantastic as our meat selection. We have a full-service deli, sliced to order, and can accommodate every need, large or small. Meat bundles are available, and see our Eckrich House with a variety of Eckrich products. Pick up some of our smoked hunter sticks and beef jerky for a great snack on the go. Stop in today and make your next meal delicious with A&A Meat Market.
Improving the air quality in your home isn't a luxury, it's improving your family's lives. Our staff do each job carefully, completely, and with great attention paid to you, the homeowner. We take care to leave each home better than we found it, and when you take your first breath after one of our cleanings, I'm sure you'll agree. We can help keep your home cleaner and your air safer by scheduling a cleaning today. Ducks, we're your indoor air professionals.
Asthma allergy centers can help you breathe freely. Since 1980, our board-certified specialists have provided testing and treatment for a wide variety of asthma and allergy-related conditions, including immunodeficiencies and skin problems. No referrals are necessary, and we accept any insurance or no insurance. You can even use our mobile app to check in and pay. Come see us at our Jackson office or one of our multiple offices in Southwest Michigan.
When you need metal, and you need it now, Alro Metals Outlet is here for you. When your back is against the wall, our vast inventory of aluminum, steel, plastics, and more will help you get the job done. Whether you're a professional or do-it-yourselfer, our retail stores are your one-stop shop for metals. You select it, we cut to length, and shear to size. Right here, right now. Because when you need metal, Alro Metals Outlet has your back.
Registration is open now for the 2022 Dahlem Outdoor Adventure Summer Day Camp. During June, July, and August, there are 9 one-week themed sessions for children ages 3 to 12 years old. For online registration and details, visit www.dahlemcenter.org or call the office at 517-782-3453 extension 0. Dahlem, Jackson's Nature Place, 7117 South Jackson Road in Jackson. Come along with JTV and Experience Jackson and get to know or reintroduce yourself to some of the best Jackson County has to offer. Join Andy and Rachel as they tour the county interviewing and highlighting Jackson on a visit with Experience Jackson. Whether it's golf, museums, hotels, or events, we'll give you some great ideas on how to spend time in Jackson. Watch on jtv.tv, YouTube, and Experience Jackson social channels.
Welcome back to the morning show on JTV. It's time for JPS Believe the Hype with Chris Gianetti. And this week we're featuring Megan and Aaron Hunt, JPS teachers, and Aaron is a parent. Take a look.
Good morning. I'm Chris Gianetti, the Jackson Public Schools Assistant Superintendent of Communications, and I am here today with parents and teacher Aaron Hunt and Megan Hunt. Welcome.
Thank you.
So you guys are longtime JPS people in that you graduated from Jackson Public, right?
I did, yes. I graduated from JPS, as did my mother.
Wow.
And my grandmother.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then Aaron, you're from Indiana, is that right? Or you graduated in Indiana?
Yep. And then I met my wife in college, and we moved here afterwards.
Okay, and now you are a teacher here at JPS.
Yep, I've been here for 16 years, and I've really enjoyed it.
And what do you teach?
I teach English mainly to freshmen most of the time, and then some electives, and also newspaper. I'm the newspaper advisor.
And the esports coach, too.
Yes, yeah, first time, first year, and first season this year, yeah.
One of the other great things about JPS is all the different things that we offer, and we're one of the only schools in the area that does offer esports. So we happen to be sitting in the esports room now, too, so it's been quite an experience for us. So, Megan, you had this opportunity, you graduated. How was your experience in Jackson Public Schools?
My experience was great. I enjoyed my time at the high school in particular. I made a lot of good friends, great relationships that I still have to this day. Yeah, I can't say enough about my experience.
So then it comes time, you have 4 children, correct? So we
Correct.
have 2 at Sharp Park and 2 at the high school.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it comes time to decide their educational journey. What made you guys decide on JPS?
Well, because of Megan's great experience here, and her parents were actually teachers in the district as well. When we started out, we just knew this was the best place to take them. The diversity and everything that they offered was just, a step above everybody else in the area. So we thought it was perfect for our kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you started, so one is a senior, right?
Mm-hmm.
So about 18 years ago, you made this decision. So they started at Sharp Park as well?
They did.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them.
What are some of the things that you like about Sharp Park?
Oh, I love Sharp Park. We've had such a good experience there. The teachers are phenomenal every single year. We have such great relationships with parents and the kids, and all of the, it used to be they had German classes there, so they just taught them a lot of different cultural things about Germany, and now they're focusing on Spanish learning and things like that, and it's just a great community over there.
All of our kids had a great time at Sharp Park.
Did they?
Yeah.
So then you transitioned, the older 2 at least so far, through Parkside. How was that transition? Were you worried about it, or did that go well for you?
I was a little worried just because they went from a small elementary school to a very large middle school, but the transition was very good. There were so many opportunities for sports at that point in the 6th grade, so my daughters did tennis and cross country and volleyball and tennis. It just had a lot of opportunities.
It's really where they started getting involved. It was nice to see them participate in those kinds of things at Parkside.
And so what are they involved in at the high school then?
So my oldest daughter, she's a soccer player. So she's played all 4 years, and she's was the captain of the golf team too.
Oh, okay.
So that was a great opportunity, which she probably would have never had if she didn't go here. And then my middle daughter also plays golf. So and then she'll probably be joining the tennis team too.
Okay. So as a teacher here, what's it like having your kids in the same school as you?
It's been great being able to watch them, see what they like and dislike, and having them in my own classroom has been a really great experience.
What kind of classes are they taking as far as academics at JPS?
Yeah, my freshman daughter, she's taking honors classes, and my senior daughter has taken honors classes and AP classes.
As parents, so you've made this decision to send 4 through the school district. Do you have any advice to parents who might be thinking about Jackson Public Schools but not sure if that's the choice?
I would say talk to other people that have their kids in the school. Find out from people that have experienced it, and not from just talk that's out there and misconceptions. Find out from the source. I think that's the best way to do it.
Megan, what do you do for a living?
So I work at the YMCA.
Okay.
I'm the executive program director there.
So there's a lot of partnerships in the community too that we do, and the Y is one of the big partnerships. So you must see a lot of JPS kids come through there. And
every day.
Yeah.
We employ a lot of JPS students. We have programs that many of the elementary kids participate in. So we get to see, we feel like an extension sometimes, and it's great.
So how did you get interested in becoming the esports coach? Like that couldn't have been on your plate of things to do, except that maybe you are a gamer, I don't know.
Oh, I'm definitely a gamer.
Is this a problem?
It's been a problem many times, but I had actually students approach me that wanted to start the esports. They wanted it to just be a club, and so because they knew I was a gamer, because I talk about it in class, and so I was interested, and they really are the ones that got it all started. I just kind of went along for the ride, and I was lucky enough to be able to kind of be in charge of getting all the equipment together and figuring out what we needed, and I don't know, it was nothing I expected, but I've really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
I mean, there's quite an investment in equipment and time, and I don't think people realize the resources that go into an esports. And what's interesting to me too is there's just such this obviously stigmatism of being a gamer, right? And that's all you do. But I have watched a lot of it. We went out to JC before we built this and really saw the opportunities past high school for kids to even get scholarships to go play at different schools and things like that.
Yeah, there are several colleges right now that offer esports scholarships, and I'm sure more will be added along the way. Even if they don't offer scholarships, there are a lot of colleges have esports teams and clubs, so a lot of opportunity, surprisingly.
There is. It's amazing how it has just evolved into this really great sport, but also an interest in people understanding, that there is something there that's sort of fun for kids. And
and we're lucky here because a lot of the schools that we play in our league, the students will just leave school, go home, and that's where they have to play their games because they don't have an esports room like we do. So we're lucky that we have a place where they can come and not worry about slow internet and being able to find a safe place or a quiet place to play. It's been really nice for that reason.
Any other pieces of advice for our families or any community members who are interested in getting involved, or any other thoughts about the why and the partnership with Jackson Public Schools?
I would just say, take a chance and step into something and try something, or try to get your kiddos connected, because you won't regret it. And all it takes is a friendship or a connection to really change a whole experience. So,
how about you?
Yeah, I would say experience it for yourself. Go check it out. Don't go based on somebody's word. Don't go based on what you've supposedly heard. Check it out yourself. Talk to people that have experienced it.
And we offer a lot of opportunities for touring here, and we have that brand new, beautiful pool facility like no other. So, and all the schools are renovated. I did want to mention that Sharp Park is, although last on the list of the projects to be done, that's about to get started as well. So there'll be some major changes over there, including an extended playground and a whole renovation to the school. So we're pretty excited about that, and I can't wait to see the changes that get done there too. So, well, we thank you for your service to Jackson Public School, your partnership with us through your work and through bringing your kids here. So I think all we have to say is go Vikings.
That's right. Go Vikings.
Registration is now open for Jackson YMCA Summer Day Camp. The camp is about learning skills, developing character, and making friends. Every new experience at day camp is a chance for kids to stay active, address gaps in learning when school's not in session, and have fun. Open to ages 4 to 14. Sign up for just 1 week or all 10 at jacksonymca.org.
We at the Cascade Humane Society are dedicated in our mission of connecting animals in need with people who care. We vaccinate, spay or neuter, and disease test all cats and dogs that come through our doors. We have limited intake, but we never limit the time a pet can stay with us. Our low-cost spay and neuter program keeps unwanted puppies and kittens to a minimum and out of our shelter. As a nonprofit, we are always in need of both monetary and pet-related donations. Visit us at the Cascade Humane Society, and you might just find your next best friend.
With proper alignment, your vehicle's tires can last a lot longer. At G-Force Automotive, we perform a comprehensive front-end inspection and perform a complete alignment on your car, truck, or SUV. We'll keep you driving straight down the road. At G-Force Automotive, we make friends one car repair at a time.
Searching for medical supplies can be a challenging aspect of the healthcare system, but with help from Brown's Advanced Care Medical Supplies, you can set your worries aside. Our expert staff takes the time to give each of our customers the personal attention they deserve and are trained to find the right products for each individual. If you can't come to us, then let our delivery team come to you to help set up your supplies so you can get back to what really matters, living your life. Brown's Advanced Care Medical Supplies. Locally owned, locally operated.
Welcome back. Today's show is brought to you by Seasons Car Wash, and it is a car wash kind of day out today. Their drive-thru is open till 6 p.m. today. Family-owned business since 1996. Seasons Car Wash on Parnell.
Great. I want to say hi to Cheryl from West Point, who tunes in every day.
Also my neighbor.
Thanks so much. Next time I'm in, I'll have the cheeseburger basket. It's time for this week's Experience Jackson visit as Rachel Buchanan catches up with the organizers of the Southside Reunion.
Welcome to another visit with Experience Jackson. I'm Rachel Buchanan with Experience Jackson today, and some of my friends here with the Southside Summerfest series. Today, we are actually at the kickoff event for this year, and that leads into multiple events throughout the year. But before we talk about some of the things going on, we've got Hakeem Crampton, one of the main organizers of this event, and there's quite a history behind the Southside Summerfest. I know you've shared this with me before. We'd love to help people understand what this is about.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming here. Yes. So we're right here at King Center, of course, where this kind of really started at with the Fall Festival back in 2008. We had the opportunity to invite community resources and organizations into our community who really service us, but really our community don't have access to them. So we thought it would be a great idea to bring those organizations right here to the heart of our community where we lack the resources at. And so unfortunately, we weren't able to kind of pick that back up over the years. And then suddenly we were fortunate to have an opportunity to kick off a mural, the Southside mural on the MLK Quality Trail. And then to commemorate that, we decided, hey, we need to do a festival to commemorate that. So that started in 2018, 19, and then it's carried on. And year after year, we added more features to it, and we have this full year's calendar of events to really service our community, provide a great opportunity for small businesses and vendors to actually engage and network with the community. So it's a really phenomenal opportunity. Like I said, it goes back to 2008, really, and there was a 10-year gap or so before we did it again. So here we are, we're back.
Well, and I love too, it's not just that this event happens, 5 or 6 times during the year. Every event seems to kind of have its own personality and its own purpose too. Yes. This one is focused on authors and writers and creative expressionists, right? It's focused on highlighting them because we have a lot of artists, writers that don't necessarily get the opportunity and time to really let our community know that they exist and they're doing great work for others. And so this is a time for them to highlight and focus on writers. And next month will be the Black Arts Festival in May, in which will be focused on Black artists, painters and designers, those that have those creative designs about them and have businesses. We want to focus on them. The following month after that, we're doing, what is our schedules right here? We have the Freedom Fest. We normally do Juneteenth, and this is the same thing. It'll be a Juneteenth, but it'll be a Freedom Festival. African Americans, we know our history in this country, and it's time for us to really celebrate our freedom and be able to express that. Then after May, or after June, we have the Heal the Hood Peace Fest, which is important to celebrate peace that we seek in our community, right there where the Black Lives Matter
painting is that on the ground because it really celebrates the fact that we need to value our lives more. And so the Heal the Hood Peace Fest is designed to really focus on the healing that we need and the restoration in our community. Then the Black Business Expo is in August, focused on all the black business vendors in this community so we can really showcase this and highlight them and give them a chance to really build their businesses in our community. And then lastly, we're right back here for Kwanzaa to have a dinner with the community and celebrate culture.
Well, that is so cool. And another one of the organizers with us today, Selena Taylor. Now, people around Jackson know you specifically with Partial to Girls, but also connected with this event. What are you excited about with this year's festivities?
So I'm super excited about how Hakeem has just taken the Summerfest and expanded it into a whole nother level for our community. When I say a whole nother level, each year we grow with local vendors from our community that sell their own products, like Hakeem said, behind the scenes, very creative, coming out every year with new businesses and products, and we're just here to showcase them. He pretty much covered everything about what we do behind the scenes in the Summerfest and where we're going with it. Hakeem did a really good job, really expressing and explaining what we're about with our Summerfest series. I'm super proud and happy to get them going.
Awesome. And I know I saw you a little bit earlier today. You were in a room with a lot of kids. There's a lot of energy going on in there. Tell me about that.
So that is our Black Exposure Reading Program, where Maisha Jones is the instructor of that. And that is where I'll have you ask her all of those details, because all I really do is put the program together and say, here, do it.
Well, awesome. Now, Maisha, I know that you have been like a master in helping lead a conversation, opening doors to people asking questions, to helping get insight into the Black community, and you're doing amazing at that. I really appreciate that personally. I've gained a lot from that. Tell me about what you're doing with the kids. I guess you're the one.
Absolutely. So the Black Exposure Reading Program is very important. So first I want to acknowledge that it's not just for kids of color, it's for all kids, because our Black, our Hispanic, our white kids, they need to see representation of people that look like them and that don't look like them in books. So our Black children, our white children, they want to see Black authors and Black characters, right? There's a perception that, sometimes people have that Black is bad, right? And we want to really change that perspective, and it starts with our youth. And that's why we host all of these events, even on the south side of Jackson, because the south side of Jackson has been, sometimes in the past viewed as a negative community, the negative side of town. But we bring a positive event where we can be inclusive, right? We can bring community together on a different part of town where we can celebrate one another, celebrate Black culture, Black business as a community, not just for Black people, but for the entire community. So really all of this work is about inclusion. How do we continue to bring our communities together in a positive light?
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. We're excited. I mean, if you look around, this particular event is a great representation of the kind of things I believe we'll see throughout the series. There are organizations, of course, at this one, authors and books, but with some of the other things, just a great variety of, services. There's been connections to like registering to vote here and making voting easier. I thought that was a really cool thing to have here. Some health department stuff, as well as, some of the books and different things that you guys are focusing on. I've seen some of the videos. I'm looking forward to being there in person, germ-free this year for some of the other events too. So big time. Thank you for what you guys are doing. And this is really impactful. We're excited to, welcome people in, both from our Jackson community and beyond as well with Experience Jackson. So anything else you guys would want to add before we go today?
We're just excited and thankful to our sponsors for helping us bring this to our community. We have Nation Outside, Community Action Agency, Center for Family Health, Experience Jackson. So we're just excited to have community support in this event for us.
And it's not too late to sponsor. So if you are interested in sponsoring Southside Summerfest series, we would love to have you on board as a partner and to get amazing recognition. We need more sponsors. So if your organization, your business wants to jump on board, we would love to have you.
If you're looking for information on any of the Southside Summerfest events, we've also posted those on our Experience Jackson calendar. I know there's a Facebook group or something that people can also, would you?
Yeah, Southside Festival Series on Facebook, and they can just tap right on there and get plugged into all our events. And we have a website. Yeah, we have a website, Southside Summerfest at wixsite.com, and it's Summerfest with an S and not a T. right? Southside Summer Fest with the F and not a T at wixsite.com. And so they can find all of our events and activities for this year.
Perfect. Well, that's it. It's been another visit with Experience Jackson at the kickoff of this year's festival events.
The PIC Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
Welcome to the Blessed Nest, the home to all your spring home decor. With everything from furniture to women's clothing, the Blessed Nest has what you need, including favorite brands like Bed Stew, Brighton Jewelry, and Kalamazoo Candles. We have everything for this Mother's Day season. Stop in and see our unique selection of women's shoes, bags, clothing, and large variety of candles and fragrances. At the Blessed Nest, you'll find something special for everyone. Witness the difference at Jackson Catholic Schools with a guided informational tour for you and your child. Learn firsthand about our schools, programs, and curriculum. Enrollment for the 2022-2023 school year is now open. Find out for yourself what makes Jackson Catholic Schools special and witness the difference.
Getting your items from the library has never been easier. Jackson District Library is now delivering your favorite books, movies, and video games in the mail. Getting started is simple and easy. Just head to myjdl.com, click on the JDL Delivers banner, get your account created, and select your items. Voila! Your items are delivered to your mailbox. We can provide a return label for you, or you can return your items to the drop boxes outside of one of our branches. Jackson District Library. We come to you.
For over 35 years, Nostalgia Inc. has been Jackson's home for all things comics, graphic novels, and games. Whether it's Spider-Man, Batman, X-Men, The Walking Dead, or even Stranger Things and Star Wars, Nostalgia's friendly staff has decades of experience and can find the perfect gift for that fanatic in your life. With the largest selection and inventory of the latest comics, you're always sure to find something new and different at Nostalgia. Looking for something from years back? Our backstock selection can't be beat. And don't forget to ask about our subscription service so you never miss an issue. Into Magic the Gathering, D&D, Pokemon, or tabletops? We've got everything you could ever need. Whether you're starting a new hobby, a seasoned collector, or just shopping for that superhero in your life, Nostalgia Inc. is the place for you. Nostalgia Inc. on Mechanic Street, downtown Jackson.
Busy weekend in Jackson. Jackson Symphony Orchestra has 3 concerts, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Thursday afternoon at 4:30 at the King Center. Jackson native and composer Marcus Norris will have a recording session. You can come watch for free today.
Should be fun. And again, Sunday is the Spring Fling downtown, 11 to 1 o'clock. So a lot to do.
Ferry Festival, Saturday
Yep.
and Sunday. And the next ORS race series run, the FSCA 5K. And you'll be there?
I will be there, yeah. And while you're downtown, buy a gift for Mom for Mother's Day next Sunday before you wait till the last minute. So plenty of great local places to buy Mother's Day gifts from. So, hey, that's all for today. Join us Monday. Jennifer will be back, and we'll have Megan McCormick, Andrew Volk from Agma Brewing, and Laura Davenport. Later today on Bart's show, Corey Mays, Jennifer Scanlon, Sally Critchbaum, Bart's visit to Northwest with muralist Jeremiah Britton, and David DeBaker. All that coming up this afternoon.